Today's young people are not just younger versions of us. If you've interacted with any of them, you'll know exactly what I mean. And in particular, they communicate in different ways. It's probably driven mainly by those smartphones they seem to have surgically implanted in the palms of their hands. But it's more than that. It's an attitude and a cultural shift that's taking place, where in this digital world, young people choose to connect digitally. If we want to connect with them, if we want to do a better job of getting them to come to our churches, getting them to come to our youth programs, of communicating, connecting and engaging with them when they're in those youth programs, well, I think that we need to stop moaning at them about how they use that technology and start using the technology to engage with them. Here are 3 simple ways that you can do that. First of all, recognize that they don't use email. They don't like phoning. They don't like speaking on the phone. For them, instant messaging and social platforms are the way that they prefer to connect and engage. So why not start a WhatsApp group for your youth program, for your youth groups? If you have different youth groups within your organization, well then start a WhatsApp group for each of those different groups. They'll have their own WhatsApp groups already. I'm pretty convinced of that. But you start one as the leader of the group and invite people in. Remember, you get to add new people. They can remove themselves if they want to. And that will give you a good indication of whether they are connected and engaged with you. Use that group to have conversations. It's not just about sharing logistical information about where the group will be meeting or what time the program will start this coming weekend, but also to share insights, to start conversations, have questions, answer questions, and just watch them having conversations with each other. The second thing that I would suggest is that you start a YouTube channel. You don't have to be a professional. You don't have to get into the studio. You can just start a channel for your youth group or your youth program where you upload videos. Now, I'd suggest that you actually start by getting them to create their own videos. Give them to you to upload into the system. This way they'll share information. You'll create a channel where they have captured some of their experiences, some of their friendships. They will share that with their friends. But you can also put your own videos in there. These might be things that you want to present to them. I wouldn't use it for sort of logistical information again, although if you have weekly notices that you do in quite a fun way, that might be quite fun to put up. But this is just for sharing information, for sharing the experiences of the group, and for just getting into the video world that these young people are in. So start a YouTube channel. And my third suggestion for you is that you consider issues around gamification. Now, gamification is a word that's bandied around at the moment, and it simply means learning the lessons that computer games can teach us. You see, young people today will spend more time playing computer games than they will spend doing almost anything else. They'll spend more time playing computer games than they will in a school classroom, research has shown. And there are some very clear principles from computer games. So, for example, in computer games, you try again. It doesn't matter if you die, you just respawn and try the level again until you get through. Is there a way that you can bring that into your youth programs? If you want people to get a piece of information and you don't feel that they're getting it, you can go over and over and over that information again, helping to make sure that they understand it, going back from scratch. This is a principle. They don't think that you just talk about a topic once and then it's done. They want to come back and back and back again until they've mastered it. The second thing you might want to think about is leveling up. We don't just move up levels when we move up grades in our schools. They are leveling up every other day, every other week in their games. In what way can you create levels where people level up? It might be in your discipleship programs. It might be in the way you measure attendance, for example. And that is linked to the third gamification issue, which is rewards. When people reach certain levels, they get certain rewards. I don't know what that will look like in your group, But think about how you might create levels, what things might be measured, and then a little competition created, and then what type of rewards might motivate young people towards certain actions and outcomes in your programs. Connecting with today's young people is something that needs thought and attention, because today's young people live in a digital world. They have new channels of connection, and it's up to us as the leaders in our churches, our organizations, and our youth programs to connect with them in ways that make sense to them, not ways that make sense to us.